Welcome to another exciting show. If you're embracing summer and its beauty in style, then there's loads in store for you right here. Coming up on Trendz Travel, we explore celebratory gifting with various flowers, giving insight on how to choose the ideal ones for different occasions. Then, energy healing proves to be therapeutic, an alternative remedy for enhancing moods and our immune functions. Finally, we defeat gravity with aerial therapy as a fitness task which elevates us into better mental and physical health. Stay tuned.
A season of celebrations and gifting is upon us, and whatever the occasion, flowers create that special touch to add to the ambience. To achieve this, you need a few skills and insight.
So when you're choosing flowers for a design, it's helpful to remember to think of the 5 categories of flowers that you get. One of the categories is a focal flower. So this echinacea over here is a focal flower. It draws your eye there first when you're looking at the design because it has got a big dark center and it's a large round shape. So this is a focal flower over here. And another focal flower could be some of the ones that I've got at the back. I've got some roses as well here. So those roses can also function as a focal flower. Then a supporting flower is the second category. A supporting or the gestural flower would be the smaller flowers that are similar to a focal flower but help support the focal flower. So the ranunculus, the butterfly ranunculus in this design would form the supporting flowers in this design. The third type of flower that you get is your spike. So these larkspur over here are a spike flower, and they are long and pointy in shape, and they add height to a design. And because of their shape, they're the elongated shape. The next type of flower is the type that we call air, which is the type that floats and almost sparkles. You could think of it as sparkle as well. This geranium leaf with the flowering tips has a lovely airy quality to this design, as well as this scabiosa over here. It floats above the other flowers, creating negative space and 3-dimension. So this is a lovely example of an air, a category of flower. And then the last type is texture. And this orleia here in the bottom over here, that looks like a type of lace, is a lovely example of a textural flower that you would add to your design, and it creates interest in your design. And the weight, it catches your attention and it makes your eye travel through the design and go on an interesting journey as it looks through. So it depends on the event. If it's in the day, you want lovely cool colors, so like your blues and your purples and your cool pinks look great by daylight. For an evening event, your warmer colors, your warmer pinks, your reds, your oranges, your peaches, your creams will look beautiful in the dim light by candlelight for a dinner at home.
So, how does one take care of a bunch of flowers they're gifted with?
Unwrap it from whatever wrap it is, cut just a little bit of the stem so that you create a new space for the water, for the flower to drink the flowers. You then put it in a clean vase, washed vase, clean water, and then you change your water occasionally. Some use flower food, some use sugar to just keep the flowers fresh, but just ensure that you keep them in fresh water and the foliage and the leaves are not touching the water, because the bacteria then will cause the flowers to rot.
Wow, thank you so much. I am glad also that you mentioned that some use, sugar. Do you add vinegar also to that sugar sometimes?
But I actually don't use any. I don't use flower food. I don't use sugar in my flowers at this stage. I just keep them in water and change the water occasionally, and it has worked for me. So perhaps there's lots of stuff on the internet. So do what perhaps works for you. But I think the most important thing is that the water must be changed. It must be fresh water, and to keep those flowers going. And you can find you prolong your vase life by keeping them in fresh water.
Okay, but then how often do you change your water? Every day, twice a day?
perhaps once a day, depending on. So you'll see sometimes the water becomes dirty. Change it once every second day and see how it goes. Or if you've got flowers like zinnias, they're called dirty flowers. They make the water dirty. So you'd probably want to change those every single day. Flowers are my happy space. I love being in my flower garden, and I talk. It's a place I find peace and solace, and I talk to my flowers. And I suppose just being in that element, try it. You're going to find it gives you some inner peace and relaxation. So try it. Maybe they do talk to you.
After all that is said and done, it was now time to get my review.
What I really love about your design is I love the way the colors flow into one another, and they are soft on the eye. So I see lots of pinks, but lots of different types of pinks. So it's not just pink and cream. There are bridges between the solid pink and the cream. So there's a subtle flow of the pink color. So I love that. I also love the way that you've created a exaggerated asymmetry with these longer pieces on one side. So you're showing me that you wanted intentionally for this to be asymmetrical.
100%, yes, I did.
So I love that. And then I also love the fact that you added in these textural airy bits over here and the poppy seeds that are coming forward, and just, again, add interest for the eye. And as you look through, the poppy seeds everywhere it's a little surprise, and it's interesting to look at.
And that is how you arrange a flower bunch. Won't you say I'm a pro though? Well, good luck with yours. Energy healing is a professional alternative and complementary therapy for those who are looking to achieve their optimum health in a holistic way. Now, here in South Africa is the new amazing energy enhancement system, which allows cells regeneration, improve immune function, elevate moods, and many other benefits.
The energy enhancement system was invented by Dr. Rose Michael, and it charges the electrical cells in your body. So you are a magnetic electrical person. We're sitting in the sun is electrical, our feet are on the ground, it's magnetic, so it comes together. You go into the room, you sit down on a comfortable recliner, and within 10 minutes you'll be asleep, or you'll go into a meditative state, and your bodies will be charged and vibrate.
Jenny, you mentioned sitting on the chair for this session and going deep into sleep. What causes that?
Behind every screen is a computer with software, and it's just causing people to relax. I also have background singing bowl music, so people just relax, and it balances the body. That's the key. It balances the hemispheres of the brain, and that is what people are lacking today. They're too much in their sympathetic nervous system, running, fighting, running away from tigers, and they don't sleep properly. At night, you have to go into your parasympathetic nervous system, relax, digest, repair, and rebuild. So when you go into this relaxed state, that's when the magic happens.
If I am diagnosed with cancer and I come for this energy enhancement system therapy, can I heal?
The very first thing that you're going to do is when you sit down, you're going to form an intention. For example, I am perfect health. And you sit down, you put the intention into your mind. You sit down, you relax, and you have faith, and you hand it over. Those cells, the power that created you, will heal you. Those cells will vibrate at a higher frequency, and the cells that are not healthy will be taken over. They'll be pushed out.
I've seen my niece, who's 8, she just turned 9, being restored, like, when a child comes from radiation, where she couldn't walk, she was on a nappy, she was vomiting, she couldn't eat. And after a session, a 2-hour session, she started eating well. She's now able to walk, she's bubbly, she's happy, and she's always asking me, when am I going back again? So this attests to the system.
So there's if you know, there's color therapy, there's sound therapy, there's subliminally these mantras and affirmations, like I'm created by the divine, I'm surrounded by the divine, I'm protected by the divine. All those are going subliminally into your body as well, because that's all built in there.
So how long does a typical session last?
You can come for an hour or more. I encourage people to come for 2 hours, because I find the 2 hours gives people a chance to go into a complete REM state, and then when completely relaxed, this is where the body performs its magic. Okay. So I've got lots of sportsmen that come because they want to improve their performance. I've got elderly people who are suffering from memory problems and that, and they're so happy because they say that suddenly they're remembering, and it's just the body balancing itself.
Every individual experience is unique depending on what the body feels it needs to heal first. These are testimonials from others who have used the energy enhancement system.
The first time when I came here, I had an inflamed prostate. And this is a common problem for most men, probably of my age or over 40. It's a problem that when you get to that level, you have irregular urination at night. I used to wake up at least 7 times at night to go urinate. It affected my manhood and fatigue. It was very stressful. I had this problem for quite a number of years, and I've been treating it for about just over a year, using a prostate care pills. But after the first session, the first 2-hour session, I slept very well. I only went to the bathroom in the morning, and I was not that pressed. I was able to empty my bladder without any problems. But most importantly, everything in my body was rejuvenated.
The very first thing that I've noticed is how my energy levels are enhanced every time I visit the system. And I'll wake up in the morning and it feels like the cells in my body is just buzzing with energy, and that lasts for a couple of days, So I haven't gone for a checkup yet, so I'm not sure how that is enhancing, my health. But I can tell you from a mental and an energetic, point of view and well-being, I feel amazing.
Welcome to what seems like a normal day of exercising. Excitedly, I joined the warm-up session, anticipating a thrilling time of aerial therapy. You see, often we watch these enthusiasts at shows, but did you know that you too can join their classes for various advantageous reasons?
Compared to the gym, obviously it's the same apparatus, and as much as this is the same apparatus every time, we have different ways of using it that makes it more fun and flowy. In terms of getting out of the gym, it's a bit more like physical, in the sense you're putting your body through positions you've never been in before. You're adding the strength and the flexibility together, because you can't just go onto an apparatus and just do physical strength stuff. As much as it's impressive, we want the pretty stuff, and people enjoy watching that, and people enjoy coming out of it going, I did a pretty split today.
So, relentlessly I attempt climbing the silks with the help of an instructor, of course, and then realize how much strength it actually requires. I just couldn't lift myself into the air. So after a few tries, it just made sense to rather leave the aerial therapy to those who consider it a familiar territory.
I don't think it takes a certain person to be able to do it. I think anyone can do it. It's whether they try that changes it. So a lot of people will do it, and because it takes a lot of body strength, it takes a lot of time, and after the first try they'll fall and then they'll stop.
What is it that's so thrilling about it for you?
For me, honestly, would be testing my limits and building my strength. Being in the air in different apparatus is very different. So if I'm in the trapeze, I feel safer in some places than I do others, or in silks, sometimes I have the feeling of, am I going to get silk burn, or is my skin safe here? But other than that, I don't think there's much that goes through your mind other than concentrating on where your placement is and how you're going to drop or doing something new.
Why do you do aerial therapy?
Aerial therapy is life-changing. It is fun. It lets you meet new people. It opens and challenges you to do different things you never thought you could. So it's a different chapter. It makes you look like those models on magazines, which I've always wanted to look like as a child. It helps you learn to work with people, team building, break out of your shell.
Why would you recommend this form of exercise from a very young age?
Okay, first things first is children need discipline. This is very good for discipline, mind awareness, body awareness. You know how your body works, you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses. So if it's from a young age, you will grow up with knowledge of knowing everything about you.
So what attracted me was the strength you build, the core, the flexibility, and always being active and challenging every body muscle in your body. And meeting people also, they challenge you, motivating you.
What's the feeling of being in the air?
The activities and the feeling in the air, it's amazing. Sometimes I still get scared of doing new things, but once you feel that you're confident with doing it, then like being in the air, the higher you go, it's just more exciting. This is definitely something that can become a career. You can travel overseas, go on ships, and there's so many places that can also want to book you as a performer. And if you have different type of skills that no one else can do.
You are lifted into the air most of the time, seemingly defeating gravity. And while doing so, your health and lifestyle are getting a facelift.
It is also a bit more exciting than just daily living, so it adds a bit more of a adrenaline kick to your day because every class we bring something different. So you'll always learn something new every week, and it's always a new challenge to kind of put yourself in a difficult spot. And obviously in the beginning it's going to be hard because you're still getting used to it, but once you're in it and you're learning new things, eventually you can put through a routine. You can do it at our student showcase. If you really want to take it further, you can continue doing it and become a part of our artist program where you start doing shows for corporates and all of that stuff. So in terms of daily lifestyle, it adds a bit more of an adrenaline rush because you're going up into the air. You're not staying on the solid ground where you're comfortable. You're stepping out of your comfort zone and you're adding a little bit more of a rush into your day.
And perhaps it's the fascinating equipment that makes aerial therapy so much more intriguing.
We are in our storeroom. We have got our hoop. This is also an aerial apparatus. We've got our globe. We've got our trapezes. You might see this in a lot of circus acts. We've also got our hammocks. We've got different ranges of our hoops. As you see, we've got our chains. The best part about this is we use calisthenics. So you train off your own body weight. You use your own body strength. The entertainment in it is you can either be a performer or you could watch it. It's really wonderful. It's also good for your mind, your health, your body. You don't need weights to gym with this. This is all self-reliant. It teaches you trust. It teaches you how to build upon your own confidence. Yeah, it's really lovely.
It's basically a combination of acrobatics. We do a bit of dancing. A lot of it is strength in the air. So picture gymnastics, but now floating.
Why is it fulfilling and why are you going to keep doing it?
Because it's fun. It's unique. Not many people do it. People seeing you do it makes them happy. As well as there is money in this industry. And money can buy happiness in this sense.
It appears as though not many males are intrigued by this art form. Why would you recommend it to guys too?
Men are always masculine. They always think it makes them look softer or feminine or however, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I recommend it for males that want to build their strength, they want to build their character. I mean, there's also ladies there. Guys, come on. Yeah, it's for strength. It's really good for you. Instead of gymming with weights and straining your body, learn your body and gym with that.
Aerial therapy. Now that's certainly an unorthodox way of keeping physically fit and certainly remaining mentally strong. Join us again next week as we bring you all things awesome in travel and lifestyle.